Welcome, Tarot Maniacs. We are going to be taking a look at Britney Spears. I did a reading on the Kevin Federline book that is coming out. It is a members only video because my wonderful husband.
Oh, it's all my fault.
Are you going to write a book about me now?
Probably. You're the one who said you were going to come at me with a.
Don't do it.
Stick.
A pointed stick.
And then I'd have to come at you with a banana.
It's like in Princess and the Frog. You know what this situation needs? A sharp stick.
I was doing Monty Python bit.
Oh, I missed it. I'm sorry. I went to Disney. So we are going to be talking about Britney Spears. If you want to become a member and go watch the members only video where I talk about Kevin Federline and his book that is coming out, which I don't think is very fair. You can go over there and check that out. I do a little timeline of their relationship and some of the things that go on. So you can go over there and check that out. But let's take a look at Miss Britney. I'll be right back. Welcome back, Tarot fam. Gregopedia. Say hello to the people.
Hello to the people.
So, what do you think of Britney Spears, Greg?
What do I think of Britney Spears? I think she is a confused young lady. Not that young, but she's. I think celebrity got hold of her before her maturity.
Okay.
And created. It created a milieu of enablers to her.
Yes, I agree.
I think she became a victim of her own celebrity, basically.
Yeah.
And there may have been already underlying factors in her, but I think the atmosphere around her exacerbated it.
I think so too. So do you think it was nature or nurture?
Well, I think it was a little bit of both.
Okay.
She probably had a genetic predisposition, but at the same time, a lot of it was nurture.
Okay.
A lot of it was allowed to happen unnoticed, or just keep giving her more so she's more controllable.
She wrote a song about that,
and we can make more money out of her.
Yeah, give me more.
She was a lemon, and they were squeezing her.
She was a lemon. That's another song by Led Zeppelin. So let's check in on our girl Britney right now. I'm confident that her attorneys and her people have a copy of this Kevin Federline book. But I want to see what her disposition is right now. And then we're going to do some Lenormand and kind of fill it up. The Sun, she is not freaking out right now, guys. She's got her people freaking out, though. They're waiting to see what is there. She does want to poke him in the eye with a stick. And this will be the final insult to her. I think this is going to be the last straw in her little handout of niceties that she gives to him. Because I do think that she was fairly generous with him, with the assistance of the court. And that's one of the things that we're going to look at in this video. We're going to see with that conservatorship and the changes to visitation, who really was kind of motoring that along. So I'm going to recap just real quick the timeline, just for those of you that aren't super Britney fans. So we have 2004, summer of 2004, they meet. July 2004, they announced their engagement. He was a dancer on her tour. September 18th, 2004, they did hold a surprise wedding. That was supposed to be a dinner party, but they said, hey, we're getting married. October 6th, 2004, the marriage became legal. 2005, they launched their show, Britney and Kevin Chaotic, aptly named. And September 14th, 2005, birth of their first son, Sean Preston. 2016, September 12th, the birth of their second son, Jaden James Federline. By November 7th, 2006, Britney filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. March of 2007, they reached a divorce settlement. In California, there is a 6-month cooling off period, which makes sense to me. So the divorce would have been finalized in July. Custody and support terms were settled. By 2008, mental health crises for Britney were apparent. Involuntary psychiatric hold. She was shaving her head. She got into the fight with the paparazzi with the umbrella. It looked absolutely batshit cray-cray. Custody arrangements shifted toward Kevin Federline having sole custody temporarily. That's what I want to look at. So let's check it out. Well, we're going to have 3 piles here. 1, 2, 3. We're going to have Kevin, the courts, Jamie, her father, not her sister. Let's say that's parents. We've got parents there. Kevin, courts, parents. How influential was Kevin steamrolled right ahead. Oh, look at that. I'm the man in charge. He said, I can do this, and I've got plenty of love for these kids. I can do it. How about the courts? What did the courts have to say? I think Kevin really pushed that. I think, were reluctant to make too many changes. They had seen situations like this before, but due to the police activity, the calls that had been made about her, their hands were a little bit tied. What about her parents? This is great. It's a fresh new start. And we can get her into some kind of treatment for that fresh new start. So I do think that they had the most caretaking kind of view of the whole situation. Where did this go south? Who pushed for it to be so restrictive that, there are discussions now that she was forced to perform, and they said, we'll let you see your kids if you do this string of shows. We'll let you see your kids if you do this Vegas residency. Who changed that? We've got Kevin, courts, and parents. Kevin, courts, parents. I think the courts really had to move forward with this situation, with the conservatorship. I think the law and the rules and regulations were working against her. I think that Kevin and her parents were in agreement that her parenting should be restricted from those children. So, all right. So switching up decks. What is this book gonna do for Kevin? What is this gonna do for him? What is it gonna do for him? Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. He doesn't care. He does not care. And I do think, man, he is a terrible person. I do think that he is using care and keeping of the children and care and keeping of a lifestyle is part of this. I think this is the excuse. Was he out of money? The world, not yet, but he was worried about money. Certainly doesn't have any investments, any evergreen revenue streams, if you will. What is he going to do? Like the biggest thing he ever did was shtuck Britney Spears. Oh my God, Annabelle showed up. When did she get here, Greg? She's always here. You're goddamn right. She's always here. Don't mess around. If you take too long in that bathroom or that coffee room, I swear I'm going to tell the manager. I'm going to do it. Don't test me. I'm not sitting here working all day while you're just goofing off.
What the hell are you talking about?
Smoking cigarettes outside like a fool. Everybody loves Annabelle.
No.
Kevin did not see any bright future for himself. And the people that were involved in this book, they're like, let's just crank it out. Let's just crank it out. Let's see what happens. I don't know what the sales on the Britney Spears, The Woman in Me book did. I read it. I bought it. And it was a tragic read. It was a difficult read. It's very sad to hear about how the whole world values Britney Spears, and the people closest to her did not value or care for her correctly. I don't want to say it was, at all. They did. But they cared for her in the way you would care for one of those Madame Alexander dolls. It was like, let's put it in the cabinet and hope it just sits there and doesn't break. And then we'll take it out. I'm showing my age, knowing about Madame Alexander dolls. And we'll just take it out and people can look at it on the holidays, and that's about it. She was the good china. Britney was the good china. And, Kevin was out of ideas. I don't think that the book has the kinds of revelations that the publisher really wanted. And I think that their hope is that people are going to buy this just to see. Their day one sales and their pre-orders, their pre-sale numbers are what they're expecting. Once the book drops, they expect a peak and then a drop off, and then they're going to be unloading them. I would not be surprised if they did not print a lot of copies of this. Let's just put it that way. I think they maybe are going to have a smaller distribution. They're hoping that people will get it free with their Kindle Unlimited, which, by the way, shameless plug, my book, The Illustrated Tarot, The Fool Throws a Party, is available on Kindle Unlimited if you are a Kindle Unlimited subscriber. So you can go over there and check out my book if you want. That is today's sponsor. Today's sponsor is me. No, seriously, I did write a book. It is a storytelling process through the major arcana. So if you are a tarot student, go on over there, go check it out. I've had some downloads already. Don't worry about buying it if you have Kindle Unlimited. I still get a little piece of that. I kept it reasonably priced, and I love storytelling, teaching through storytelling. So this is a way of teaching you guys through the story of the Fool's Journey. So go check it out. Go check it out if you can. So it's a short read. There's a lot of pictures in it. My tarot deck is in it. The major arcana that I created. So Kevin Federline, this is what I think, they are expecting day one punch sales, and then they're going to drop off. Does this fix the opinions that we have of Kevin Federline? No. Does it make him feel better to put his narrative out there? I got to put it that way. Yes. Is he going to touch on any of the mental health struggles of his ex-wife? Is he going to say, hey, these were mental health struggles? Or is he going to just be like, she made my life a living hell? Which one do we get? What are people going to walk away with? Empathy for someone who went through a mental health struggle with a spouse, or she made my life a mess? Temperance, he's going to say, living with someone, you never feel secure. You never know where the money is going to go. You never know what kind of firm ground you stand on. You wake up in the morning and you never know which person is going to show up, which one is going to wake up and say hello to you. You never know that. Is he going to say she ruined his life? King of Wands, he is going to say, I made the very best home that I could, but it was based on, traditional ideas and the way that families work, the way my family was. I don't think he had a great family, but I think he's going to cite, like, I really wanted like a picture perfect, picket fence. He did not, though. Kevin Federline wanted the flash, wanted the cash, wanted to live that LA lifestyle. He was already a resident of Los Angeles or Las Vegas, I believe. He already wanted the glitter. He already wanted that fun. Once he got there, the fun begun. So, if you give somebody in their 20s what seems like unlimited supplies of money and access, they are going to have a really good time. They are going to take advantage of it. So, they weren't teenagers, they were adults, but I think they were both under 30. Firm believer here that the prefrontal cortex is, did I say that right?
Yes.
Did I strike backwards?
The prefrontal lobe, which is the cortex.
Yes. Prefrontal lobe is not developed in girls until 25 and in boys until 30. And I like to give everybody a pass. So I do think that humans remain quite adolescent until the age of 30. I think it is the adolescence and youthfulness is getting longer and longer the longer we live. Remember, hundreds of years ago, 40 was age old. You would be bent over. I'm not old man.
You're 47.
I'm 47.
37.
37. I'm not old. So, what is our yellow brick road for our girl, Britney? Let's give her a little yellow brick road. How to manage this situation with ex-husband telling all your tales out of school. The path. Unfortunately, these kinds of people are going to show up. She's got to be careful about the people in her old world. Now, I'm not talking about Lindsay Lohan, Paris Hilton, all of those gals that she was hanging out with. They're not the problem. They are celebrities. It's the people that aren't celebrities that are going to latch on and leech away at whatever stardust she's given off. So leech away. That is what's going to happen. She has got to be careful about that. If Britney was my client, hi Britney, if you see this, I think you're beautiful. I think you're amazing. I don't think she should find a celebrity and hook up. Like, that's not the plan here. But she can't date plebeians. She can't date anybody that doesn't have money in the bank. Stop doing that. Can't buy me love is a real thing. Don't try and buy your love. You don't go to these guys that have nothing, or gals if you want to switch teams, totally fine. But don't go to people that have nothing. Don't allow people that have nothing to take your something, even if that's just your grace and your energy. So the path is to be much, much more discerning in the people that she chooses. Pressure. What is the pressure? The pressure here is the joyous jubilation, that vacation feeling, that Saint-Tropez vibe. I shouldn't have rolled my R's on that. Saint-Tropez. Remember that orange jelly? I know, ladies, I know you're my age. I know you all know about the Saint-Tropez orange jelly suntan lotion that smelled wild and smelled like the south of France. Smelled like Monaco. It was fantastic. Or at least that's what it was supposed to smell like. There's my reminder to do some Russian practice. I'm going to snooze that a little bit. So that first day vibe is the pressure. It is so easy to fall into the moment. It is so easy to fall into the feel goods. You've got to be careful about that, Brit. Hidden hand, hidden hand. The hidden hands, there are none. All of the shady folks in your world, girl, have shown themselves. So the people that are looking to leech off you, and leech, I think, is really a good word for you because you can feel them asking. And I don't care if this is your mother, your brother, your sister, your father, your cousin, your kids. I don't care if it's your dogs. Whoever is leeching off you, you see it, you feel it, recognize it. The hidden hand is out in your face. You know it. The red flag starts waving right away. Where's that red flag guy? I love that red flag guy. The public face. Public face, people are seeing you devolve. And I do think that it's important that we clarify this. We get a few more cards on this. Let's check it out. This devolving. I did a video the other day about Britney Spears' bruises. Didn't get a lot of views, but go check it out. Wheel of Fortune, baby girl. You need a producer for your Instagram, social media videos. You need a producer. You need somebody who is going to cultivate and curate your videos. You can do whatever you want, but there's got to be some thought put into it. It can't be, I really like this jam and I am going to dance the night away in my living room while my dogs walk around. Like, you can't have that. There has to be a strategy. There's no strategist working in her favor. So perhaps we're going to have like old school week, and we're going to do all of the Michael Jackson dances or all of the Tina Turner dances. Big wheel, keep on turning. So, having a little bit more of a strategy other than I just feel like dancing right now. I'm going to do this. Make all the footage you want. Have someone else curate and cultivate it. They can do filters. They can, cut and splice. They can, put strobe light effects on it. Whatever we got to do. Turn you into a skeleton while you're dancing. I think that'd be pretty cool. So I want you to be careful about it. And I know you don't like the idea, Britney, of having someone in there curating and cultivating your image, but you need it. You've just got to find the right person for that job. Finding the right tool, and I don't mean tool bag, finding the right tool for that job is something that I think needs to be done. Find a young kid. Find somebody who's snappy with the Snapchats. Snappy with the Snapchats. I don't like the snappy pepper. Oh, I haven't had a Bloody Mary in a long time.
They always put the snappy pepper.
I love the snappy peppy in Bloody Marys. So I love it. I love it. Bloody Marys. It's one of the few things that I don't make my own recipe. I just get Mr. and Mrs. T's extra spicy and zhuzh it up with a little bit of garnish. So getting somebody in there will be the best thing that you can do. One person. You don't need a team. You need one person. Always remember, Prince produced, wrote, sang, danced, did all the things that he needed to do for Purple Rain. And then you got the Beyonce song, which was with Single Ladies, like not Single Ladies. It was Girls Rule the World, right? And it had like 47 producers on it. You don't need 47 producers. That was old school. You can do everything with one trusted advisor. Get one trusted advisor to cultivate your image out there. Just do it. One snappy kid. One snappy kid. In fact, I'm going to go this far and say that there is a snappy kid out there. White toe-headed kid, and he's got round glasses like Oliver from the Brady Bunch. But his hair's not flat like Oliver's, but he's got those round glasses, but he's that same coloring. There's a snappy kid who could do this for you. He's young, he's fun, he's a little bit dorky, definitely charming, a little bit timid, but this is somebody that can do it. You don't need him to be with you. I am getting Las Vegas, but I'm also getting Kansas. So I don't know if he's in both spots at the same time. Maybe he went to school in Las Vegas. Feels a little bit more Kansas to me. But so that's what I got for that. So Private goal here is to move on from all of this. Britney, you need your own island, baby. We need Britney Island. Buy a resort, and teach dance classes.
So there's an area in France called Brittany.
Is there an area in France called Brittany? Brittany. Is it an island?
No.
No man is an island. No man stands alone. I don't know the tune to No Man is an Island. All right, we got one more card for our Britney girl here. It's the likely pivot. High Priestess, dig deep. I know that not long ago, the tabloids were saying that Britney was looking for a guru. Britney, right here. I could be your guru. I could be your guru. No, not long ago, they were saying that she was looking for a spiritual advisor. There was some talk about her getting mixed up in like some crazy stuff. There's plenty of wacky spiritualists out there that will take people's money and run along and tell them they've got curses. And one of my very, very good girlfriends used to go to someone here in New Jersey who told her there was a curse on her and sold her a plastic milk jug for $400 or $500. I'm not really sure what the amount was. It was several $100s of water and herbs. And my friend was supposed to dump that out into a river and not look back as she walked away from it. And that was supposed to take the curse off her.
Yeah, we should do that.
We should do that?
Yeah, we should start getting into the scamming business, I think.
I don't want to get into the scamming business. I'm already known as Scamabelle in really some quarters. In some parlors, my name is Scamabelle. So I do think that Britney needs to dig deep into her spiritualism, and that is not restricted to weirdo tarot cards, pendulums, voodoo priestesses. That can be just going back to church. That can be reconnecting with the God that she's familiar with, reconnecting with a spiritual ballast that will keep her afloat. That is knowing that there is a bigger picture out there, that there's a bigger plan for us. And unfortunately for Britney, her plan was greatness that was going to be touched by people trying to pull her down off that tower into their place, into their lowly existence. There is something to be said about Buddhism in this moment. One of the main tenets of Buddhism is that through desire and want and craving, that we are all the more human and less spiritual, and that without desire and craving and acquisition, that we become more closer to God. It's one of the stories that I tell when we look at the Five of Pentacles, which is not on the table. The Five of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite, which depicts the mendicants. The mendicants give up their worldly riches to become closer to God. I don't think that Britney has to do that. I don't think she needs to join any particular spiritual club, but I do think that she needs to make it a practice every day to reconnect with her God, the God that she's familiar with. Reconnect with that. She doesn't have to look for other religions and processes and practices. She doesn't have to do that. In this moment, I really wish that Tina Turner was still alive and that Tina Turner could kind of take Britney under her wing and show her how she corrected her life through Buddhist practices. Tina Turner, read I, Tina, fabulous book, unbelievable book, great. Another Anna in the world, blessing the world with great things. Tina Turner is one of my heroes, and I think that Tina Turner could very easily have been a great resource for Britney Spears, and could have shown her how, when the world is throwing things at you and clawing at you and pulling at you and trying to pull you down off this pinnacle of success, that you can silence all of that and you can isolate yourself in the tower, and that you can overcome that just by the process of being who God created you to be. So it's something to think about. So, Britney, Find your spiritual center.
Find and fulfill your destiny.
Find and fulfill your destiny. Who is it? Was that Zeus?
Zeus.
That was Zeus. Okay.
Perseus.
Perseus. Find and fulfill your destiny. My favorite part of that movie is when Poseidon lets out the Kraken and his mouth is hanging open and he has his tongue sticking out. He's like, oh, he's looking up at the Kraken. I love that scene. But anyway, I digress. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you're a member, go over and look at the Kevin Federline video that I did. I'm sorry, but we made some references in there that I think the video needs to be made private. Not that it gets me out of trouble, but it just doesn't have it for mass consumption. I'm going to keep the content coming. Let me know what you guys think about Britney in the comments. I have gotten accused of, being insensitive to Britney by, I in one of my videos, I referenced that I was running around like crazy and someone was like, she's not crazy. And I was like, oh, settle down. Like yeah, it was a leave Britney alone moment, but I love Chris Crocker. I think Chris Crocker is amazing. But I do think that we can act about and we can act a little bit crazy and that can get us into trouble. And, the science experiment is there. The equation is there to act about as Britney Spears. So, but let me know what you think down below and we'll come back to Sweet Britney. We'll keep an eye on her. I'm not sure the exact date that this intellectual tome of Kevin Federline is coming out. Can you tell how I feel about it? I don't feel good about it. I don't like it. Ask me about Mommy Dearest. Mommy Dearest was a hit piece. It was a hit piece. Christina Crawford, shame on you. Shame on you. It was a hit piece. Mommy Dearest was not what we all remember her to be. Fabulous by Faye Dunaway, right? Faye Dunaway?
Yeah.
Yes. Fabulous performance. But nonetheless, I leave you with this. In times that you are low, find the God that you're familiar with. Find that spiritual center. We all have times like this where, we need that guidance and that peace. And I was talking to one of my clients about this. And I said, when you pray, when you meditate, when you, focus on a situation, there is oftentimes this sense of peace that comes over you. And I challenge you guys to try it when you are troubled. If you just sit down and breathe just a little and focus on asking your ancestors, your God, your guides for help, they will create this beautiful sense of ease over you. They will throw it on you like a blanket. My good friend Rick Paul is here on YouTube. Go subscribe to him. I will put him in the description down below as well. Rick Paul puts psychic pink blankets on people, and I love that idea. And I've messaged him and said, throw me a pink blanket. I need a pink blanket. The help is there. We can find that calm center of our universe. Some people like to be a little bit demonstrative in that they want to, go out and ride their bikes or lift weights, or, some people take substances. It is the moment where we just sit quietly with our spiritual guides that we can find that peace. And in such a fast-paced world, we're not afforded that sometimes. And I think it is critical and crucial that everyone takes some time to do that every day. Just a little pro tip: first thing in the morning when you wake up, don't jump up, grab your phone and go get coffee. Guilty. Take that moment to do a little meditation, do a little gratitude. Conversely, you can do it at night if it's much easier for you to do it at night, if you're not collapsing into bed like an exhausted heap of clothing. There is 5 minutes is all you need. 10 minutes of practice on an instrument, and you can learn to play that over a period of time. 5 minutes of spirituality every day can take you a long way. So I hope maybe this is your 5 minutes. Maybe all of you will wrap up this video and sit back and take that 5 minutes just to reconnect with your God and with your spirit that is above you. So I hope that helps you guys. Like I said, if you'd like to become a member and go watch the Kevin Federline, you can go watch it, or you can just enjoy this video. So I will see you guys in the future. Brittany, call me, girl.